All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders that made millstone who you well. Peace and blessings to the sister Akim who are doing this work. Throughout the four corners, doing this thing in truth and sincerity. The hopeful elect, 144,000, along with the one third. Shalom. This video is inspired by this guy, I call the president, Joe Biden. All right. Just a few articles. Um, the first article, it says, that doesn't sound like recession to me. So that is a quote he made, Big Joe. That's a quote he made, I think, the other day, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to check the date. Okay, the 28th. Today's the 28th, or yesterday, I believe, because I seen the YouTube video on this. I forget this black woman. She's like the correspondent for the White House or whatever. She would deny the inflation. She was denying the inflation too. So since Biden refuses to admit economic crisis and touts how he is responsible for growth as he pushes mansion deal that will lead to new spending and taxes on the rich. Now, the background is the spending has been a lot. Um, they had to come out of their pocket for the pandemic, which everyone got their, $1,200 and PPP loans, all that. That took into consideration. Mm, And then you had the war in Ukraine, which they came out of their pocket with what, 9 billion, 21 billion or something like that at the end of the day and counting. So we're seeing um, moves being made. So he's not admitting that their economy is going into a recession. So yeah, he said that today actually, which is Thursday afternoon, which is today. But I heard that sentiment yesterday, you know. Oh yeah, and I believe my main channel's back up, GMS hereafter. So I'm gonna go ahead and start posting there again. I'm gonna delete some videos. Um, let's get some scriptures real quick. It's not gonna be long because the Lord requires us to be a watcher, a diligent watcher of or over the prophecies. This is Jeremiah 49:7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? So, as of now, Esau is kind of in a clutch. He's in a rock and a hard place. He's between a rock and a hard place because his sentiment is, and I'm speaking about the Rothschilds, should I crash this economy and go ahead and usher in the Great Reset? Or do we keep dragging our feet with this thing? So Esau's here. He's scattering and scrambling. You know, Verse 8 says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedon, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. Okay, so Esau's being visited by many things. On a lower level, these so-called white people, Edomites, they're feeling the clutch in their pockets. They can't do as much now. You know what I'm saying? Interest rates, taxes on food, gas, all that, which is doing something psychologically. I seen a YouTube, um, News Nation. That's a good channel to go to for news. They pretty much upload every 10 minutes it seems like. So they uh they were interviewing people about this particular question. How do you feel about them saying that it's not a recession? Technically. So they were saying, I don't know why they're saying it's not a recession because it feels like it. In a nutshell. You know, because this is actually a good chapter too to go into how he made Esau bare and stripping him, seeing his secret prices. It all ties in. So this is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. And it says, how ye inhabitants of Maptesh, for all the merchants people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. Okay? So all these nations, all these people who deal with Esau as far as on a financial level, all right, they're mourning. They're seeing that Babylon the Great isn't reproducing like they once were. Like um, things are slowing down because they're merchants. They do business with Babylon the Great, all right? And Babylon the Great does business with these other places, and these other places are getting fucked up financially. Their markets are crashing, all right? So it's pretty much coming to the point where, not to get off subject, but World War III. All these nations are gonna say, fuck it, we don't got nothing to go off, so let's go ahead and go to war. Let's see who can get power next, or set ourselves up. You know, um, that's what they're doing. I got another article. It says GDP falls 0.9% the second quarter, the second straight decline, and a strong recession signal. So this was today. So they're realizing that um, the 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 inflation the recession vibe is here. And in a recession, everything is high. You know, in a recession, everything is high. Um, Homes right now, if you want to buy a home, the interest rates are really high. All right. Um, Vehicles, if you want to buy a vehicle or finance a vehicle, um, a lot of times they don't even have the inventory because the uh, the supply chain so backed up. So um, we'll see how this plays out. I'll read. I'll read this first paragraph. The U.S. economy contracted for the second straight quarter from April to June, hitting a widely accepted rule of thumb for a recession. The Bureau of Economic Analysis reported Thursday. So, oh shit, the Dow Jones, that's been sinking too. Uh, and not to mention, a lot of people aren't going to work anymore. So without you have bodies at these different type of businesses, it's gonna be trouble. Because I know at the low level, a lot of people cannot find employers for their establishment. That's why everywhere you go, there's pretty much low staff. Um, Businesses start cutting hours, things of that nature, because people are seeing how things are going and they're making moves. So I'll get two more scriptures to close it out. So we're really seeing Jacob's trouble, the ushering in of Jacob's trouble. So it's Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, so pretty much we're gonna have boarded up businesses, talking about high established. You see, Starbucks, they're closing most of their stores now, and they all have an excuse. They're not just saying, look, business ain't going as planned. No, they're covering up. They're covering up the failure, or blame shifting, blaming it on pandemic, Ukraine. No, this was happening. This is what happened intentionally by the bankers. They got this in plan. They're the ones who's actually running things at the highest level. So that grinding is going to ultimately come to a stop. That hustle and bustle, that rat race, morning rat race. You know, because I was actually looking for a car, a little nice little car, see what they talking about. See if I can get a fair deal. Lord willing, through the Spirit. Um, I'll go straight to the point. It says, Isaiah 24:7. It says, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and all the merry-hearted do sigh." It says, "The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice in the joy of the harp ceaseth." Um, yeah, that's going into basically, when people have enough money, and the people, most Americans, Babylonians, when they're doing well off financially, what do they like to do? They like to party. They like to go to bars and clubs and spend their money, and because they believe in their mind it's better for the economy, you know, instead of saving and investing, they put it right back into the system. So, being the times that we're living in, you don't see a lot of people going out and partying and having fun because they don't have the bread. What the fuck you talking about? They don't have all the things that they used to have. You know what I'm saying? And they don't feel the same way. They kind of feel crushed that this kingdom is going down. Okay, so let me jump to verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Going into eventually, when all hell breaks loose, it's gonna be a survival type of mentality. Whatever you got is mine, or I'm gonna try to get it type shit. Um, Verse 11. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So we're slowly seeing those smiles turn to frowns. Walking around proud, and walking around, going to happy hour, living the dream. When you really look around, you see, okay, this place don't got much time left. So that's why you're seeing a lot of people just saying fuck it and giving up. They may turn to drugs, be alcoholics, just start laying out on the streets and be homeless and shit. Things like that, man. So, Lord willing, these things ramp up, man. These things continue to happen because it's all issuing in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Well, Shalom.